Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Cerebral Snack Talk live on YouTube.com. It is Good MF Michael Fletcher alongside Anthony Florio, Dee Woodson. Michael Bullock, I guess, is going to be running a little late. We were expecting him to arrive sometime tonight. Whatever the case may be, my goodness, what a goal! Smackdown Live. There's really nothing more to say. There is changes. There's a lot to talk about on with that said. We're just gonna die with the base up. Founders talking about this song is war. We didn't rap. We're no show for WWE more than he turns the attention to beat the Raw women up. Then job done against them. Shut them up once and for all. Hear about the big news. That added to the team them to the new day about the Shield. It's basically Joe and Dom shut the Shield up because we get the being since Underground did doing the invasion on Monday Night Raw. However, I bleed Team Blue. I want my team to win, and I think Raw is scared and embarrassed, and that's why they got Triple H, because that with the coming up very, very soon, he's afraid that the attack is imminent, that it could happen tonight. But we're ready. We're going to get the job done, and our team's going to hold the fort. Then he brings out the WWE champion, AJ Styles, and then basically does a mockery of one Heyman. Basically talks about how, he actually called Brock Lesnar a quitter, that he quit the WWE a few years ago. He quit when he tapped out in the UFC to Frank Mir. Then he says anytime somebody pushes Brock Lesnar into deeper waters, he quits. And there's one person that will do that, and that's the phenomenal AJ Styles. And AJ's like, look, I'm not, I don't need a hype man. I don't need you to do that. I appreciate it. Thank you. I don't mind it, and I get it. This is actually cool, but let me and one thing only. I am going to beat Brock Lesnar Sunday night. I'm the face that runs the place, and I'm going to prove that SmackDown Live is the A show of WWE, and that this SmackDown Live is the house that AJ Styles. All right. That is emphatic. That's Team Blue, bleeding more than ever before. Yeah, it's pep rally like, it was rah, rah, rah. But you know what? Galvanize a group. That's how you fire up a base. You want to get it? Throw that red meat right at them. fire them up. That's how you get the people out. That's how you get the SmackDown Live crowd hyped up. And they did a good job. About the Shane McMahon thing, playing hype man, I think I could do better than him on that any day of the week. But I love the attempt. But I loved what Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles did in the ring. Now, of course, Mox, Paul Heyman, fair enough. Hey, all fair and love and war. We all know that. But he made AJ more legitimate and more credible. He actually put AJ Styles more over than I actually thought he was going to do. And he did an incredible job with that. And then AJ actually made this do. He didn't really need anything else, but AJ on the mic was really good, and I loved how he basically was like, I'm not a puppet like Brock Lesnar. That was a nice little dig at Lesnar and Paul Heyman. So what they did was beautifully done. Yes, AJ's the underdog. Obviously, he's the underdog because of the fact that Lesnar is more bigger. He's a bigger monster. He's more stronger. That. But AJ Styles is like a Daniel Bryan. Quick, agile. He is not afraid to take it to the air. And like I said last night, the last guy Brock Lesnar fought was like the big guy versus little guy back to No Way Out on the road to WrestleMania 20 when he fought Eddie Guerrero. And we all remember what happened that night in the Cow Palace in San Francisco, California. An upset and a crowning of a new WWE undisputed champion at the time. Could lightning strike at the Survivor Series Sunday night in Houston? Styles do the unthinkable, topple Mount Brock, and turn Suplex City into a rubble for the Phenomenal One? It's possible. If there's one guy that can pull it, it's definitely the Phenomenal One. Great way to start off SmackDown Live on this go-home show to the Survivor Series. Anthony Florio, come on in, my friend. On this opening segment for SmackDown Live, Team Blue was definitely raring to go.
Team Blue's raring to go, but don't forget about Team Red. That's all I'm going to say. And the night is young. The night is young, MF. That's all there is to say on that. But yes, I'll give you this. It was a bit of a clumsy open with Shane-O playing the hype man backstage. Yes, definitely. But once things got in the ring and you had Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles, which is a dream match in itself. I mean, come on. I mean, every time I see those two together, I always thought, what if those two ever threw down? Could you have imagined if they ever had a match against each other? Whoa, that's 5 stars waiting to happen. But anyways, Bryan playing the advocate shtick like a bit of a joke at first, but then he got very serious and made some very compelling points about dispelling the size advantage and making AJ Styles seem like a credible threat, even though he is indeed a credible threat. He's a much bigger threat than Jinder Mahal. Let's not kid ourselves. He always wanted a match with Brock Lesnar, so it's clear he had thought about all of this before. Styles had less to say, but that's fine. Daniel Bryan had already gotten some good material out on his behalf. But let me just say it like this. I love and respect AJ Styles. I really do. I've been an AJ guy since his days in TNA when he was the heart and soul of the Fortune 4. I love and respect you, AJ. I really, really do. You are the best. You are the best damn performer in WWE today. I'll give you that. But on Sunday night, you're going up against a beast, man. You're going up against the box office draw in Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is a box office draw. Not to say AJ's not a box office draw either. He can be. But Brock Lesnar's the one who's been bringing in the money for the major shows. He brings in the team. He sells the tickets. He sells the merchandise, baby. And all there is to say on that, AJ, good luck. You're going to need it. Because you're going up against the Beast and a Conqueror, the man who ended The Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania 30, beat the holy you-know-what out of John Cena in the SummerSlam in 2014 in the most dominant and lopsided championship match in history. I know you're going to give the Beast fits, my friend. I know you are. But at the end of the day, Brock Lesnar has never won a match at Survivor Series. He's 0 for 3. I think this is finally the night where Brock Lesnar will break the Survivor Series jinx. He'll get the proverbial monkey off his back. And our Universal Champion is going to represent the red team, the real A show. And you know what he's going to do to that house that AJ Styles built? You're going to burn that son of a you-know-what down to the ground. Nothing more to say on that. Give me the Beast and the Conqueror. I'll have more to say on that on Friday night. So I love and respect you, AJ. I do, honest to goodness. But you are phenomenal. But you're not a beast. You're not a conqueror. Like you're reigning, undisputed, Universal Champion Brock Lesnar. Suplex City, homie. Segment of the night, no doubt about it. So nothing more to say. Dee Dee Woodson, how do you follow that?
Definitely segment of the night. Not much more I'm gonna say about it, so let's move on.
Then we move on to a very important match for the United States Heavyweight Championship. It was Sin Cara going up against Baron Corbin. The winner of the fight gets to fight The Miz at the Survivor Series on Sunday night in a champion versus champion battle. Of course, The Miz representing Monday Night Raw as the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. The winner of the bout and the man that will fight The Miz representing Team Smackdown as the United States Heavyweight Champion is the Lone Wolf, Baron Corbin. Anthony Florio, 7 minutes and 14 seconds. Give me your thoughts on Corbin's victory, and more importantly, we're getting it. They've been snipping at each other on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna be Miz Survivor Series.
Loved how you did that Baron Corbin a la Greg Hamilton. Epic. That's all I can say on that. Well done. But 2.25 to 2.5 stars. That's my rating I'm going to give this. I would probably say third best fight of the night. 2 matches were better. And yeah, I mean, with all the social media attention Miz and Corbin got with their sniping, it was way too hard to imagine any other result here. Sin Cara needs some mic time to establish himself before he's ever thrust back into a position to challenge for any championship ever again. So this is the match that I wanted to see. I mean, Miz and Cara would have been terrible. Miz and Corbin, that's got potential to be something good. And Baron Corbin is a lone wolf, and again, I'll say it. I like Corbin. I like his style. I like his look. I like the gimmick. I like the lone wolf thing. I mean, I honestly wish he was on. I honestly wish he was on Monday Night Raw, to be honest with you. But he's going up against the A-lister. He's going up against a man who a year ago was one of the crown jewels of SmackDown Live. But then he got thrust to Monday Night Raw via the Superstar Shakeup. We got the Miz. We got the A-lister, and you know he's a man who say what you want about him, but he has, he's been through a lot. He's been through a lot. I mean, the Miz has been through the woodshed. I mean, he's been through hell and back. I mean, from the days where JBL used to bully him in the locker room, in the whole 9 yards. A lot of people said Miz was not going to amount to anything. Well, look what he's amounted to all these years later. Once upon a time, the heart and soul of SmackDown Live. Now you've got a heart and soul of Monday Night Raw. The Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. This is going to be one hell of a match. That's all I can say on that. On paper, it favors Corbin because of the size and the whole 9 yards. This is just like the Lesnar and Styles match. Corbin's the bigger, stronger of the two. Miz is definitely the quicker of the two. And all I can say is, Baron Corbin, I know you love being a lone wolf, but where the Miz goes, the Miz-tourage follows. So watch yourself, brother. That's all I can say on that. So I'll give this 2.25 to 2.5 stars. Solid match. Outcome was never in doubt. I had Corbin winning. I'm not at all surprised. So we'll get more into this on Friday night. So Didi Whitson, let's get your thoughts on this US title match.
I agree. That's about all I'm going to say because I'm half asleep. So, Fletch, it's yours.
All right. I agree with what you've been saying for the most part, Florio. I mean, Corbin winning the match, I think that was not a big surprise there. What they did was amazing. Good for them. I feel very happy for them. So it was basically cool situation. So we'll wait and see what happens. But all right, now we're gonna get into something that was a monumental switch. It was for the SmackDown Women's title. It was Charlotte Flair against Natalya out in 12 minutes and 33 seconds. And new SmackDown Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair, she wins the title, which means it is now gonna be Charlotte Flair versus Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss representing Monday Night Raw. Charlotte Flair now goes and represents SmackDown Live. Champion versus champion at the Survivor Series. But wait, there was even something even more amazing after that, because after a brief promo was done by Charlotte Flair, then the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, came out in his hometown of Charlotte. The first time we've seen him on TV in a long time, but this is the first time in public, boy Ric Flair, since he had that illness that and consequently in many people's mind, he probably should have died. Like, he was in real bad shape at the time, but he is there, alive and well. Didi Woodson, give me your thoughts about it. We got a new women's champion.
Yeah, we do. And honestly, going into Survivor Series, I'm a little more confident having Charlotte represent SmackDown over Natalya. I like both girls. They're both very strong competitors, but I think in this case, Charlotte definitely was the better choice. So for me, I'm going to give this about 2 stars, 2.5 stars. And it was very good to see Flair out tonight. So I'm going to toss it to one of you guys.
All right, I'm gonna take it, Didi, and I agree with everything that she said. This is at least a 2.5 star fight. This was a very good match, very inspiring. They really worked the angle so good on this matchup, and without a doubt, I thought this was the best fight that Natalya and Charlotte has ever had, even better than the fight in NXT. I loved the aftermatch promo that she took. You saw the emotion, you saw the realness. She tried to convey it in a way that I don't think a lot of people didn't think about. That, she's talking about how she's been through a trying year and everything else. And now that she gets to face off with Alexa Bliss. And I loved the moment she's like that, that back on Monday Night Raw, I was the queen of Raw. And that, before there was, and let me see if I can find the quote here. Yeah, she says, she's like, as far as Alexa is concerned, there was a queen of Raw before there was a goddess. And that I am going to win, and I'm going to win this for Team Blue on Sunday night. Then she spoke about her father, saying that this was and everything else, and then to see Ric Flair there. I mean, I will openly admit it. I stood up out of my seat, standing ovation when I saw Ric Flair, because that was without a doubt the night for me. It just made it even more better. It made it more realistic, and it's more awesome. And I gotta say it right now, I got Charlotte Flair beating Alexa Bliss. I got her beating Alexa. There's no doubt in my mind now. She's got so much momentum with the Ric Flair thing, that golden moment, winning the title in her home, in the Queen Cities tonight. I just feel like Charlotte is got so much momentum going into this fight. I think she's going to beat Alexa Bliss on Sunday night at Survivor Series. That's just my personal opinion. Anthony Florio, it's all yours, my friend.
In the immortal words of your boy J.A. Adonde, easy there, Romeo. That's all I can say on that. But I'll give you that, though. I'll give you that. But I'm just saying, slow it down. Easy there, Romeo. That's all I can say. But anyways, getting to this, if I'm going to be real honest, I think you two underscored this bout, if I'm going to be real honest with you. This, to me, was the fight of the night, if I'm going to be honest with you. This to me, was 3 to 3.5 stars. This was without question, when it comes to these two on the main roster, the best match they've had on the main roster. No controversy, no nonsense. These were two women who wanted it. They brought it. And at first, I was going to nitpick about this not being the main event. I honestly would have saved this for the main event if it was me. But after what happened at the end of this show, I'm actually okay with it. That's all I'm going to say. Believe me, I'm okay with it. So we'll get more into that later. But as far as this goes, like I said, this was 3 to 3.5 stars. 12 minutes, 33 seconds, the time of the fall. Charlotte wins it with the figure 8. And I'm going to be real honest with you. I actually had Charlotte winning the title here. I'm not going to lie here. I thought Charlotte was going to win the belt here. I mean, not that Alexa and Natty would have been a bad match. But what have I been saying over the last couple of weeks? WWE is going for the gusto. They're trying to make this the best Survivor Series of all time. I think we're there now. We are there. That's all I'm going to say it. Rare hometown victory and feel-good moment, considering Vinnie Mac's normal predilections about losing in your hometown. Oh, my goodness. It was so nice to see Ric Flair back on his feet. You want to talk about a praise God moment? That was a praise God moment right there. Awesome. I mean, 3 months ago, he was just about literally on a deathbed. And here he is. 3 months later. Unbelievable. And it was even nicer to see Charlotte and Natty have the best match of their main roster series when it came time to move the SmackDown Women's Championship on to Charlotte Flair. And I'll tell you what, they really seem to be setting the SmackDown brand back on the right track, heading towards the end of the year. First, putting the WWE Championship on AJ Styles. And then this week, with Charlotte, I mean, she was clearly a babyface here. But in all honesty, don't expect it to last forever. I fully expect somewhere down the road she will turn heel again, and we'll see what happens with that. But that's down the road. I mean, I don't want to get in trouble with Dee Woodson because, I mean, there's only one way you can build this match. Alexa's proven nickname at the hands of Corey Graves. You know what that is. I'm not gonna, go into that detail. And then you got the Queen. So it's the of Alexa Bliss and the Queen, Charlotte Flair. That's how you can build this match. The two crown jewels.
Basically, it's the Queen of Raw versus the Queen of SmackDown.
The two crown jewels, MF. The two crown jewels of the women's division over the last year. Am I not right?
Absolutely. And if you really think about it, they're literally fighting to be the female wrestler of the year. Whoever wins this fight, I think, is a shoo-in for female wrestler of the year.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, like I said, Alexa, if they had kept Alexa against Natalya, that would not have been a bad match. I think it could have been a solid match, but you've got the two crown jewels of the women's division over the last year. The two women who have won both the SmackDown and Raw women's championships. Alexa Bliss, who once upon a time, a year ago, was the crown jewel of SmackDown Live. And then she got bumped to Monday Night Raw via the Superstar shakeup. And on the other side, you got Charlotte Flair, once upon a time, the crown jewel of Monday Night Raw. And now she got bumped to SmackDown Live via the Superstar shakeup. And here we are. It's on now. This match on Sunday night is going to tell us once and for all who is the true crown jewel of the women's division. Is it Alexa Bliss or is it Charlotte Flair? I don't blame you on that for going with Charlotte. I don't blame you at all. But for me, if I'm going to be real honest with you, I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, you're being a Raw homer. Yes, I am. But let's be realistic. The reason I said easy there, Romeo, who's to say that Alexa Bliss can't win this match?
Oh, no, there's no doubt. But if you're talking about momentum.
Of course. Yeah, it's Charlotte. It's Charlotte based on momentum. Absolutely correct. I mean, this to me tonight was far and away the greatest win of Charlotte's career right here. This was better than when she won the NXT Women's Championship. This was better than when she dethroned Nikki Bella at the Night of Champions a couple years ago, and then retiring the Divas Championship. I could say this is even bigger than when she became the WWE Women's Champion at WrestleMania 32. This is even bigger than that. This win tonight, because it was in her hometown, she became the second woman in history to become Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion along with Alexa. And then throw in the surprise appearance of her father, the Nature Boy Ric Flair. And I'll tell you something right now. If you didn't either get emotional or get any type of chills or goosies during that, you have no soul at all. That's all I can say on that. You do not have a soul. If you didn't either get a tear in your eye, a goosebump, or a goosey a la J-Lo and Idol, if you didn't get any of that, boy howdy, you have no soul. That's all I can say on that. That was the moment of the night for me. That was the mark out moment of the night right there. Seeing one of my all-time legendary childhood heroes, the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Epic. That was epic. If they had only closed the show with that, that would have been something. But 3 to 3.5 stars, fight of the night. Congratulations, Charlotte. Well deserved. You know I love you with all my heart. I do. But we'll find out what happens. That all goes out the window on Sunday night because I got to root for Alexa. So nothing more to say on that, MF. I don't know how you can follow that. I mean, I wish they could have ended the show right there. I mean, how could you have moved on from anything after a moment so emotional and so epic? How?
Yeah, I know, and very interesting. Look what they also did for SmackDown. They left the fifth spot. That means because think about this: Charlotte Flair winning the title now been removed from the women's SmackDown roster, and she now fights Alexa Bliss. Now the fifth member is so now going in for Raw. Um, Alicia Fox as the captain with Bailey, Sasha Banks, um, Nia Jax, and Asuka. But here's the problem: SmackDown's only got 4 women now. We just lost one. We got Naomi, the captain, Becky Lynch. We got Carmella and Tamina Snuka. There's a fifth spot now out in the open. Fifth spot. Now there's Natalia, obvious choice, former women's champion. She would take the fifth spot. God forbid, but you got to think about it. Fifth spot. Or does WWE roll the dice and give SmackDown a major bone here? Someone who was supposed to make a return on Raw, maybe they're holding this for SmackDown Blue. Now imagine if we get her. I think I would be a little confident again for SmackDown Live because yes, we lose Charlotte Flair. A girl who says that this is her house, one of Derek Ferrera's all-time favorites. What I would do if I see that beauty from Norwich, England, show up on Team Blue on Sunday night. Well, we'll wait and see. One thing's for sure, this is going to be a very fun Survivor Series. All right, so next up we had a one-on-one match, Jimmy Uso versus Chad Gable. Jimmy Uso wins the match at 6 minutes and 55 seconds. Call this a default worst fight of the night and say that this is maybe about 2 stars. Good match, nothing bad. Yeah, there was a little bit of some interference towards the end of the fight that we could have done without. It's fine, whatever. And the Usos looks good. Goes up against as they're heading up against the bar. Anthony Florio, I give it to you.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, MF. By default, worst fight of the night, even though it was, not overly bad. 2 stars for the effort, but I am going to be a little nitpicky here. I think this match was a trifle unnecessary, if I'm going to be real honest with you. I honestly would have rather seen some more time to build up the women's traditional Survivor Series match. I would have done that because that match has been tragically underbuilt, and it feels like there's low stakes in that match. Unlike all the other matches that have high stakes, the build to that has been terrible. But I am excited about it. I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry about that, but I gotta be honest here. I gotta be the man who tells it like it is, like I always do. So, I mean, the match was fine. It was 2 stars. I mean, it was some solid action in this match, but like I said, MF, it was a trifle unnecessary. And I think what they should have done with that time was given some more build and perhaps preview the women's Survivor match. That's just all I'm saying. So, nothing more to say on that. 2 stars, default worst fight of the night. And what's coming up now, MF? I wonder.
I guess Didi Woodson has left. I don't know what happened with her, but she has indeed left. And all right, we know what happened.
Oh, yeah.
The New Day goes up against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, but the fight gets thrown out because the Shield decided to show up. And all right, you're thinking 5-on-3. I like the odds. It's okay. You want to jump in? Come on, boys. You're feeling froggy. Jump. Well, the next thing we know, and Kevin Owens ran out of the ring, and basically Wolves lead themselves a charge against the Unicorns, and it did not end up pretty good. Nope. Well, the Usos come out to try to negate the damage. They get ran in by the Bar. The Bar shows up. Yep. Then some more. Then in the backstage area, women of Raw, they see the little sign that says the women's locker room. Next thing you know, look out, gang attack. The Raw women jump the SmackDown women, and the exclamation point, Alexa Bliss forearm shiver on Charlotte Flair, and the brawl was on. Then you see SmackDown guys and Raw guys kind of interacting. Heard the roar of Braun Strowman, and oh no, now it's bad news SmackDown, because we got problems. When that big boy showed up, yeah, not good. But Shane McMahon tried his best. The whole SmackDown crew tried their best. They got overpowered this time around. And notably, and think about this, most of the guys that got jumped on SmackDown, not main eventers. Now, of course, Nakamura was there. Bobby Roode was there. So they did suffer a little bit of some damage. But again, and this was one thing that I think that needs to be preached. Where's AJ Styles? Where was Randy Orton? Where was John Cena? Again, you could say the same thing about the Raw when Raw got jumped all those weeks ago. Where were their star power? There wasn't much about it. So, I mean, you had Joe there. You had, there was a decent amount of guys, star power for Raw. But, I mean, I get it. I liked it. You knew it was coming. You knew it was going to happen. It's just, if you're going to make a full-out statement, bring everybody. Bring the kitchen sink. I get it. You want to save it for the end. We knew it was going to happen. It happened. Raw jumped SmackDown. They got their revenge. And then Angle might have taken it a little too far. Remember, Shane McMahon just left him a warning. Kurt Angle physically jumped with a shield bomb, 2 shield bombs, and an Angle slam. Now the battle lines are drawn. Drop the hat, the headsets are down, drop the gloves, bare knuckle fist, let's fight now. I'm ready for a war. So we knew it was going to happen. We knew the attack was imminent. It happened. Nice. It was all right. I got nothing more to say. This was expected. Nice way to go down. Also leaves me very optimistic about SmackDown, because they lick their wounds. They're going to feel a little embarrassed because, hey, that's what happens. But we'll wait and see what happens. All right, Anthony, it's all yours. I know on the night when Raw got jumped, me and Mike Bullock kind of waxed poetic and kind of had our golden moment. I guess it's only fitting that the floor is yours. Go ahead and wax poetic how Raw got to put SmackDown live under siege.
Not only did Raw put you under siege, they did it better. That's all there is to it. All there is to it. You want to do under siege? That's how you do it. When you guys did it, you did it in the back. You did it in the back. We didn't do it in the back. We came right out there, ringside. Braun Strowman. Oh, the bar, the Shield, Kurt Angle, the women. Yeah, that's how you do Under Siege right there. What did you think we were just gonna sit back there and do nothing like the New Day kept putting it? No, we knew it was coming. The only thing I have to say though, a little bit too little too late though. I mean, they did seem asleep at the wheel when it came time for the Raw assault. Star power disparity between the shows really obvious in these situations, given how little fight the SmackDown roster put up at the end of the show and how many marquee stars were along with the Raw invasion. The lack of Cena, Orton, and Styles to assist with the defense of SmackDown made it all the worse. And I'm not surprised with how this show ended. It left me even more excited for Survivor Series. And I know there's a lot of people who don't care about Shane O'Mac feuding with Kurt Angle and Stephanie. I know there's going to be a lot of those people who don't have, who don't really care about that. But I honestly wish this is how we could have ended it last night on Raw instead of having Braun Strowman and Kane have that meaningless brawl. But nonetheless, that's how you send a message. You want to talk Under Siege, that's how you do it. That's the proper way to do an Under Siege. Team SmackDown Live, all they did was beat up people in the back. We did it out in front of the fans. And made the fans go crazy. Social media blowing up, of course. I mean, Twitter blowing up with everybody. And, I mean, it's all over the place. I mean, I'm trying to find some of those moments. I mean, there was Kurt Angle. I mean, Kurt Angle preached about it, and some others preached about it. I mean, Sasha Banks. Oh, you thought what you thought. Now know this: you're under siege. Well said, boss. Well said. And then, but I do know Kurt Angle had someone to say about it, and I'm just trying to find all of it. I mean, Kurt Angle did it. Samoa Joe, Alicia Fox, they had stuff to say on social media. And yeah, so yeah, that's how you do it. I mean, that was epic. I only wish we could have done it. It could have happened sooner, but we finally got it. This is how you sell a go. That's how you win a go home show. That's how you sell Survivor Series. Raw versus SmackDown, best of 7 series. Four champion matches, 2 traditional Survivor Series elimination matches, and 1 6-man tag team grudge match. I mean, Sunday night cannot get here fast enough. I mean, this is going to be the greatest Survivor Series of all time. And my God, I mean, get ready. Get ready, Houston. Houston's got a problem, but a good problem. You've got the greatest Survivor Series of all time coming in. So, man alive. I only wish MF would have relayed a message to the WWE Network. That's all I can say on that, in terms of what they can do with him. So, oh man, Friday night, I cannot wait to get the ball rolling on this. So, that's how you end a SmackDown Live. So, well, I guess since we lost Didi, I guess I'm gonna have to start with the overall review, I guess. So, no worries. This was a much better show than Monday Night Raw. Nothing on this show was bad. I can honestly say this was the best SmackDown Live of 2017 so far. That's how good this show was. I would probably give this show somewhere between 8 to 9 out of 10. This was a really good show. I mean, all the matches were good. The in-ring segment, and of course, the best part of all, seeing the red team, the A team coming in and kicking the door down and making themselves at home, putting SmackDown under siege. And that's all there is to say on that. So the games begin, friends. That's the game. Let the games begin. MF, you wanted a best of 7 series? You got one. First to 4 gets the bragging rights. And we know who's going to get the bragging rights on Sunday night.
Well, we'll see.
8 to 9 out of 10. That's the best I can give it. Nothing on the show was bad at all. Great show. Best show of 2017 so far. That's coming from me. Now let's go to the real SmackDown Live, Mr. MF.
I can't disagree with you. 8.5 to 9 out of 10. This was an amazing show. Without a doubt, one of the biggest nights for WWE. Like you said, that's how you get the job done, and that's how you really hype Survivor Series, and they did a real darn good job with it. I cannot be any more happier than it is. It was amazing. They nailed it. Everything was so good. It's upward and onward to the Survivor Series. What is it going to look like on Sunday night? Well, we'll find out. But one thing is for sure, it's going to be an amazing show. All right. So the Mikey's Mindset tonight is going to be, this is actually my official preview of the RWA Thanksgiving Throwdown. It's going to go down this Saturday night live from the shop in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, I should say, ladies and gentlemen. And, well, break it down to you one time and the whole thing. A lot of the show is going to be made about the 30-person over-the-top rope battle royale. It's the Thanksgiving Throwdown, the equivalent of the Royal Rumble match. 2 stars starts the match. Every 90 seconds thereafter, another star will enter the ring according to the number they drew. In the Thanksgiving Throwdown, it's every person for themselves. No friends, only enemies. Elimination can occur at any time when a superstar is thrown over the top rope. Both feet must touch the floor. The one individual standing left in the ring when all competitors have entered will be declared the winner, and more importantly, will receive an RWA Triple Crown Championship fight at Perseverance, which is the first major pay-per-view of 2018 for the Renegade Wrestling Alliance. That will go down in March of 2018. So, just some of the participants that will be a part of this event we got is Pumpalicious, which is a new team in RWA. Eddie Vegas and Johnny Mota will be teaming. They will be a part of the Thanksgiving Throwdown match. Also, a friend of mine, and oddly enough, a man who just became the House of Bricks Southern New England champion. Congratulations to my man, Jammin' Jack Connor. He's going to be a part of the Thanksgiving Throwdown match. Then we also got, well, a man who definitely is in the picture for the RWA Triple Crown Championship. Had an opportunity to become the champion at Legacy, fell a little short, but now in the Thanksgiving Throwdown, if he wins this one, he gets a shot at the title at Perseverance. The Brick Baker, of course, also a part of the Thanksgiving Throwdown match. But how about a beautiful female in the fight? Yes, there has been women in the Thanksgiving Throwdown in the past, and some of them's done pretty well. But this one is a veteran of the Throwdown. I can't wait to see her in the ring this Saturday night. It is the Suplex Sweetheart, Asana. She will be a part of the throwdown. And then this got added, just introduced today, second generation superstar for the RWA, AJ Phoenix. He will be a part of the Thanksgiving Throwdown. That's 5 of the 30 that will be introduced. Of course, there are more names that will be released on the night of the event. Plus, we also have a triple threat for the RWA Tag Team titles, the Middlesex Express versus the Cool People versus the Heavy Hitters. And this matchup is going to be tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my! Then, on top of that, we also have is Judge Logan Chambers will go one-on-one with Kellen Thomas for the RWA Hype Championship. And then, if I'm about to announce this, Sean Leader goes one-on-one with the Terror Tom Billington in 3 stages of hell. All goes down this Saturday night from the Chop Shop in Cohasset Street in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. Starts at 7 o'clock sharp. And RWA fans, I want to let you know right here, right now, I am going to be in attendance. That's right. Good old MF, Mike Fletcher of Wrestling Forum and the host of the Cerebral Smack Talk. I got my ticket information. I will be at the show Saturday night, guys. I can't wait to be there. So I'll see you guys Saturday, and that's it. So we will see you on Thursday, but wait, not so fast. Tomorrow night, we're doing another edition of NFL College Football Wednesday. That's right, College Football Wednesday this time around. On Wednesday, we're going to talk about all the matches on the college football, and we got to get into that college football playoff. My goodness, what on earth was that tonight? We'll get into that. 10:30 Eastern start time on the Tone 25. NFL Football Thursday this time around, not NFL Football Friday. So Thursday will be NFL Football Thursday, and we'll get into all the coverage for the NFL week. Then on top of that, Friday, the preview for Survivor Series and NXT TakeOver Houston. NXT TakeOver War Games. It's back. We'll get into all that Friday at 10:30 Eastern. And that is it. So for Anthony Floyo, for...
Bo just jumped in.
Do we have time, guys? Should we?
I can go rapid fire.
All right. I guess I'll let you do rapid fire then. All right. Let's go right into it. Mike Bullock. First off, opening segment, the promo of what happened between, first off, Shane McMahon firing up the troops. Then on top of that, AJ Styles and cutting the promo.
Yeah, I thought it was a good promo to start off this edition of Smackdown Live. I mean, this was definitely a good tone setter for the night and to continue the build for Survivor Series. So yeah, I'm sure you guys pretty much touched on it. So let's just move on.
Sin Cara versus Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin wins. He fights The Miz at Survivor Series.
Who won the match?
Baron Corbin.
Yeah, I mean, no surprise. I mean, I'm going to give this about maybe 1.5 stars. I thought it was a good match for what it was, and no surprise, Baron Corbin was going to go over, and Florio and I have talked about this. We we thought this is the one time we don't mind a heel versus heel match because of the back and forth between The Miz and Baron Corbin. So 1.5 stars. So let's just move on and shall we say history was made in this next match?
More importantly, a crowning of a new champion, the new SmackDown Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair, as she wins the title, knocking off Natalya. It's now, well, because Dee Woodson is no longer here, it is indeed the Goddess versus the Queen series. Mike Bullock, your thoughts?
Yeah, no surprise. I mean, we thought for sure that Charlotte was going to go over here, and yes, she wins the match via submission, and she is now the new SmackDown Women's Champion. And then after the match, I mean, she had a great post-match interview, and but what about the moment Ric Flair's music hits? He's in the arena, and they had a nice embrace. I mean, what a moment. I mean, to actually see him on live TV for the first time since those heart problems he had. I mean, what a moment. I mean, wouldn't you say it brought back memories of that Night of Champions back in 2015? I mean, how can you not like a moment like that? I mean, just to see Ric Flair and Charlotte embrace after her triumphant moment, and now she goes into Survivor Series. She's in Survivor Series, but she's not part of that. Not part of the 5-on-5 women's traditional Survivor Series match. She's going to be taking on Alexa Bliss now, and to me, I think this makes more sense. So, yeah, nothing more to say. As far as the rating goes, I'll give it 3 to 3.5 stars just for the match. So, nothing more to say. Let's just move on.
Jimmy Uso versus Chad Gable. Jimmy Uso wins the match at 6 minutes and 55 seconds.
1 to 1.5 stars is my ranking for this match. So yeah, there's really nothing more to say. So let's just move on.
And then in the main event, it was the New Day versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. The fight gets thrown out. The fight ends up in a no contest because the Raw team showed up and jumped SmackDown Live. Bullet, give me your thoughts about the beatdown.
Well, for the match, I mean, even though it's a no contest, I thought it was. I'll give it only 2 to 2.5 stars just for the match itself. I know it was a no contest, but we knew this was going to happen. I mean, I read a dirt sheet saying that Raw was going to come to SmackDown Live, and yeah, I mean, it all started off with the. It started off with the Shield basically arriving and beating up on the New Day, and then the Usos basically show up, and then Sheamus and Cesaro beat up on them, and then the Raw and SmackDown women go at it in the locker room, and then Finn Balor and Samoa Joe, along with Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil, show up, and then Kurt Angle shows up, and our boy shows up, Florio. Roar! Braun Strowman. And Shane tries to basically attack him, and yeah, how did that go well? I mean, didn't go so well, so basically, yeah, Florio, you got your night, you got your payback with Raw taking over and under sieging our show. But we won't forget about it, and SmackDown Live is coming and ready to take down Monday Night Raw. The gauntlet has been thrown down.
All right, and give me your overall review for the show. Your overall.
All right, I'll give it about. Oh, sorry. I'll give it about 6.5 to 7 as my rating for the show. I mean, a good final push for SmackDown Live, going into Survivor Series. And boys, all I can say is all the talking and what we saw on SmackDown and Raw is done. And shall we say, let the best brand win.
And we will close it at that. So you all know what's going to happen in the next few days. For Anthony Florio, for Michael Bullock, for Dee Woodson. Have a good night, everybody. So long for now. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.